Hello and thanks for joining me for another episode of the Outback pawn shop in Kenshi. So in the last episode we went down to the Black Desert City to get some research items, and I spent a bit of time in between episodes doing this research so you wouldn't have to watch me standing there at the research bench. I also, on top of that list there, I also researched our stone refinery upgrade. Also took out a couple of starving vagrants and some easy fights for a little bit of experience in between the research. Harvested some cactus when it was ready, turned that into rum, and we had some of the usual customers come by, and I did upgrade our ore refinery. We researched that a few episodes ago, so that's now running automatically. All we've got to do is dump the ore in there and it spits out the iron plates. Tech hunters come and buy some stuff. They did actually clean out all of my food. Luckily, I was able to take down a couple of guru, but we're still a bit low on food. And of course, I upgraded the stone refinery once I'd finished the research on that. And that brings us to where we are now. All right, so let's have a look here. We did sell one of the legs and a crossbow here. Got a little bit of meat, but it was all gone until those grew come up. I put a raw one in here. This is the experimental counter. We did sell the partially used repair kit. And what I might actually do, pop that in there so that combines. And what I'll do is I'll pop that in there and I'll use one of these and we'll partially use that again. All right. Now, who's this? Okay. So if you are joining me for the first time, this run, the only way I'm allowed to make money is through the shop counters. I can't sell to merchants. I can't take stuff into a shop and sell it. I can't sell it directly to caravans. And I'm not allowed to hand in bounties. But this guy might have some nice weapons on him. I don't know who took him out. I don't remember seeing him, but I'll take that stuff. I can't do anything with this. And let's patch him up. We'll pop him over here. All right. Pop those in there. Okay. Let's pop that in there. What do we got here? All right, take that out. I'll put both of those in there for later. I'm still using the lower quality one for the moment, till I get some skills up. But this one here can go in there. It's only 0.5, so I'm not going to activate it just yet. Let me see. Okay, now, so we do have a bit of rum in here. We do have cactus. Heaps of cactus, but we're not making any rum. And the reason for that is our single well here is not really keeping up with demands. So we're going to build another one. So let's pop that in over here. Get that built. Who are these guys? More sand ninjas. Okay, but this guy was, yeah, he's one of the higher sort of level ones. He runs around solo, not really with this pack. I'll leave these guys alone for the moment. They may or may not decide to attack me, but sneak's pretty good, so they're not noticing me. They just ran off anyway. Well, they're going for a fight. Who are they fighting over here? Bounty hunters. Yeah, I'm not going to get involved in that. But I might come over and loot over here. Yeah, let's loot these guys. Let's turn the jobs off for a minute. Take that, that, and that. These guys all have bounties, so if you were allowing yourself to hand in bounties, there is plenty of money to be made in this area. Because these guys are always roaming around here, and usually they've got pretty decent bounties on them. I will heal them up. If they fight other guys, good for business. It's going to make, like these guys won't actually buy any of our stuff, but, you know, if they fight other NPCs are going to be needing first aid. So, patch them up. Okay, and these guys, did they just buy some rum? No, not yet. Alright, let's turn your job back on. We'll get this built. This guy shopping? No, he's just patrolling. So that's going to take 2 more iron plates. Let's put that away. Let's take those out. Let's pop this stuff in here. Take that back out. Alright. Process that one. Pop these in here. Not close enough. Let's come a little bit closer. Don't know if these bolts are going to sell or not. I have sold bolts before, but not necessarily in this area. But that'll sell. Alright. Okay, so that should help our water situation. And he's just going to replace the iron plates that were used up, and he's going back to medical. Let me see here. Alright, well, we're out of fabric, so let him finish what he's doing there. Okay, so now he's going to make some rum. And he's running back and forth as this is producing the iron plates. He's topping it up again. Are these still bounty hunters? No, we've got tech hunters. Okay. Tech hunters and bounty hunters. Tech hunters have slowed down on their buying, so I don't know if they're running out of cash. Alright, so one of the things I wanted to get done today, let's pop in a leather tanning bench. So I'm going to pop that in over here. Squeeze that in. Alright, that'll do. And chainmail sheet fabrication. Let's pop that in. Hopefully that's a big enough gap to get through. Let's pop in some lights. We'll pop one over here. I guess we'll pop one there. That'll do. Get that built. So now, I don't know of any armor that will actually sell in the shop counters. But I would like to get some armor skill up so that I can make some better armor for myself. And we can make some money in the process of skilling up. So we'll get these built. Who are you? Bounty hunter, we'll leave him alone. Alright, so that's done. Let's get back in here for a sec. Alrighty, so let's add that to the list. Alright. Yeah, we've got hauling to the steel bar box. Let's just take that out. We could put it underneath, but if it's above that, then he's not going to use it. Because this takes steel bars, which we're not producing, but we do pick up a few every now and then. And then we'll add this to the list as well, which means we're going to have to take off the skins. Alright. Let's have a look here. We've got some chainmail in here, actually. Some armor plating. Alright, so look at the value on that. So 2k there. Let's pop those in there. Alright, and we do have a bunch of skins. Alright, so I'll let him do what he's doing, which at the moment is topping up the iron. He's going to do some more rum. These guys are broke. Who are they? They look like they're nomads. Yep. Nomads have never got money. and actually I will just pop over here. Let's just see if any of our respawns over here have come up. Yep, got some more iron there. Some gears. The sales on the gears have slowed down a bit. It's maybe because I've got things that they prefer more. I don't know. Fuel. Alright. So let's go pop these in the shop. That in there and that. And he should hold the rest of it. Yeah, did this guy get up and get beaten again, or he's in a coma? Let's pick him up. Let's pop him in a bed. Okay, there's another bottle of rum. Let's pop that in. And I'll let him do the rum because, I mean, our cactus barrel is full, or was full, so we may as well use that up because we didn't have any room to store anymore. So we've got some guys coming in here. They are inside. Here they come. Who are these guys? Okay, they're the nomads, so they're not going to have money. So I guess if you were to buy some animals off them, then they might end up having some money that they would spend. I don't know what they would buy, if anything. They obviously are looking to buy something. But, yeah, they never have the money for it. Alright, there's another bottle of rum we can shove in there. So the slave traders are going to buy that. Got some hemp. Yeah, I could do... Did I research... Let me see. Yeah, I didn't research fabric yet. Which we could do. But I decided not to. We'll buy fabric from the Traders Guild. That'll give the Traders Guild some money that they can buy other stuff off us with. So do use the hemp as well, and I find that when you set up your jobs, I tend to use up these. Who are these guys? Talking to the Traders Guild. Yeah, if you set up the automation, they'll tend to use up all the hemp, which we do need in addition to the fabric for our first aid. So let's buy that fabric. A couple of books as well. So now he's got a little bit of money that he can spend. See if they buy anything here. Yep, they bought a few things. Now these guys, okay, so this I believe is a scheduled visit. Yep. And they're calling me out rather than coming in. I'm not going to buy anything off them because they're probably not going to come in and spend their money back on me. So let's pop these in here. And I think also, let's have a look here. I'm going to take the sleeping bag off of the queue for now. We've got a few in here. They will sell, but we don't have many meds in here. So we'll let him finish his meds before we get onto this stuff. I don't have that many steel bars. Got some, but we could we could research steel bars. Don't know if I'll worry about it. I mean, with one character, when you're trying to diversify, I don't want him spending too much time just on one task. Which is why I'm not farming all of these farms, just two. Otherwise, all he'd be doing was farming and making rum, which is good, but only one or two lots of NPCs will buy the rum. And the trick is having a good, diverse range of products. It's different NPCs buy different stuff and don't buy other stuff. So and if this is your first time joining me, there will be a link in the description below for the full playlist. On the map here, this is where we are up here. These farms that I'm farming belong to this village. They're not actually mine. And as such, it doesn't always loot them properly. Let's pop these in here. Not in range, so let's bring him down. Alright, see, yeah, our food is almost dried up again. We've got a little bit in here, our personal supply. So maybe it might be an idea to actually think about putting a stove in as well. Maybe I can fit it in this corner. We pop it there. Okay, and I'm just gonna make a few. Instead of having it on repeat queue, I'll just make a few as we need them. We'll add that to his queue, but we'll pop it up here above the rum. And so if there's nothing in the queue, then he's going to make rum. And if we get some more meat, then you know, maybe I'll cut down the queue. We've got some customers over here. Who are these guys? Bounty hunters. Looks like they are buying up some rum. Some yep, medical supplies have gone as well. Nothing out of here. The Western Hive will buy a bunch of that stuff, but it'll take them a few visits to be able to afford it all. and they don't come that often. Tech hunters do buy some of this stuff, gears and whatever, but I haven't been buying a lot of anything lately. Let's just have a look here. And who are these guys? Okay. Let's get in on this fight. We can. Oh, let's turn your job off. No, they're taken down way too quick. Alright, let's have a look here. He's got nothing. Let's take that. Alright. Get in on this. Nope. Alright, those guys not leaving me any Alright, if we take ranged off, we can get these guys. Let's take their stuff. Just the stuff that melts down. Got nothing that'll melt down. Let's heal them up. Alright, get back to your job. I think we can reach that from here. Let's pop this stuff in here. Okay. And he's going to do the first aid first, which is fine. Let him do the first aid. Let's get that in there. Let's manually grab this stuff out so he doesn't have to run back and forth for it and shove it in there. He's going to go and put the other stuff away because I've got hauling there. I'm not going to buy off these guys. Once again, they're calling me out. That's scheduled visit, and they're not going to buy anything off me, so I'm not going to buy anything off them. Well, these guys probably already tried shopping anyway, so I'm not going to buy off of them. Alright. Splint kit to go in there. another one. Alright, so try this again. Alright, get back here. I'm going to drop that on the ground. That'll stop him hauling it back to the storage, and then once he's used that up, we can pick it up and pop it in there. Looks like these guys. Who are these guys? Okay, they are gonna do some shopping because I didn't buy anything off them. They can't afford anything. You'd think Traders Guild would actually have some cash, but they can only afford stuff if you actually buy it off them. Alright, so I've almost used up our fabric. Let's pop the used one in there and keep a full one for myself. I'll let him do the farming. So it's a bit of a slow shopping day today. But that's fine. Alright. Another first aid kit there that can go in. I don't know if it's worth researching and producing the larger ones. I'm not sure if people will be able to afford them. Which is why I do a mixture of the small ones as well, because not everyone can afford the larger ones. So it's good to have a variety. Whose guru are you? Oh, the Western Hive. Let's have a look and see what these guys have got. I'm not going to worry about fabric for the moment. Grab a couple of books off him though. He's got 20k. They should buy something over here. They bought the crossbows. Buying a bunch of stuff there. They bought the rest of our food. So, yep. Alright. Let's whack that in there. Let's pop these books away. And we're almost at the end of our fabric. What I might do, let's just top up my bolts. We're not close enough. Okay, come over here. Pop that in there. All right. Don't know if that's going to be enough to make a full one. All right. So now it's going to get onto the chainmail sheets. We only have a few steel bars, but they do sometimes respawn over here, so we do get a couple every now and then. And this will be starting to get our armor smithing up. So we'll probably only get 1 or 2 chainmail sheets out of that, but a couple of grand each is decent. And they did actually buy the ones that were in there. So and yeah, we still don't have enough water for the cooking. So that's why he's not doing any cooking. Who's this dude? He'd buy food if we had any. And also first aid. Looks like we did make one. And he hold it. So let's take that and pop it in. Yeah, so we're not going to get a lot of chainmail sheets, but that's fine. It's no point really mass producing them. They can only afford to buy so many at a time. Armor smithing 5 already. Let's just grab that. All right, let's pop that one in there. And now he's going to get to the leather. Got quite a few skins there. So far, all the water is going into the farms rather than the stove. Looks like we've got nomads again. They won't buy anything. So this is also getting our armor smithing up. And so you can see 213 cats for a skin. And he's just going to do his farming. We'll let him do that. Let's just check this. So once again though, it's probably going to be the Western Hive that'll buy that. They did buy one of the sleeping bags too. Let's have a look over here. Alright. And who are these guys rolling up here? Some tech hunters. See if they buy anything. Yeah, they bought some stuff. Bought some rum. All the medical supplies are gone. Alright, so the leather is only 185 as opposed to 211, but we'll get 2 pieces of leather from each skin. And the stack amount is actually pretty big too, so they don't take up a lot of space. But once again, I do think that it is only the Western Hive that's going to buy that, but I could be wrong. Who's this guy? Is that a bounty hunter? Yep. And he's doing the rum because that already had water in it, even though this is set to a higher priority. He's using up the water that was in there. We could possibly manually pop some water in there and get that food going, which I might do. But we're in the middle of the desert. So the wells are only working at 10%. Let's manually pop that in there. And now he's going to start working the stove. And I think he just ate the first chew stick. Alright, let's get that in there so that someone can buy it. And that went straight away. Okay, we've got another one, so let's pop that in there. And that sold straight away. Maybe we'll add a couple more to that queue. And he's going to go back to the leather until we've got more water. You know what? Let's have a look here. take some of this water out. Pop it in here. We'll get some of this food going. And he's hauling it. So let's shove it in there before he hauls it. And who are these guys? Mercenaries? I believe they will sometimes buy meds. They might buy food. No. Can't afford anything. Sometimes they buy alcohol. But doesn't look like they can afford anything today. So, yeah. So what's my personal food? Okay, did haul a couple, so let's put on pause so he doesn't haul them back when I put it in his inventory. Pop those in there. Pop that in there. And we do get the value, not the sell value. And these guys, who are these? It is the hivers. I don't know if it's too late to buy some stuff off him. Don't know if he'll go shopping again. So I'll just grab a little bit of fabric. But he's already done his shopping. You want to catch them before they do their shopping. So let's have a look in here. Alright. So they've bought up some of the stuff. They bought some more of the armor plating. I think a couple of gears are gone. Only got one sleeping bag left. They didn't buy these. They will. All the crossbows are gone. Get some more medication in there. And Traders Guild. Let's catch them before they try shopping. That'll give them a tiny bit of money that they can spend. They bought up some food. Alright, so what have we got here? Let's get a couple more chew sticks going. Pretty peaceful day today. too many fights breaking out over here. All right, let's get that food in there. So we're up to 76,000 again. So it won't be too long and we can afford to get the rest of those AI cores from the scrap house. Don't know what else really I need to research for this run. Or maybe that should be the goal of the run, to just complete the research, all of the research tree. I do also want to go shopping for the other furniture, and we'll do some interior decorating in the shop. Get some lights as well. Let's pop those in there though. Let's get over here. Pop that in there. Let's have a look. Okay. So we do have more skins here that we can turn into leather. But we do have the medication on a higher priority, and it does sell pretty quickly. So does the food. Actually, let's take those out. Pop them in there. We should check our respawns over here too, so let's take jobs off for a second. Hold down Alt, get a raw stone, some copper, building material, more copper, building material, steel bars, jobs back on. Should haul all of that. Another splint kit, so get that in there. I should probably put a couple of batteries, build a couple of batteries as well. Who are these guys? Manhunters. And who are these guys? More manhunters. Okay. Yeah, those guys do sometimes decide that they want to take me as a slave. But looks like they're ignoring me for now. Who are these guys? Looks like more Traders Guild. So let's have a quick word to them. We'll buy that stuff off them, so at least I have a little bit of spending money. And we've got some stuff that we can turn into more money off of them, so that's probably the only things that I'm going to buy off them. Maybe electronics if I need them, but I've got 2 crates full. So they bought the small med kits. Don't know if they bought anything out of there. Pop in another splint kit in there. Alright, so this fabric is gonna take a while to chew through. But we could try and get up a little bit of a stock of medical supplies in there. We've still got a sleeping bag there. Alright, let's let him finish that one. We'll put it in there. I'll let him harvest the cactus. Of course, this could be streamlined a lot if you hired a few people, had them work in the farms, doing all the menial tasks. But I think we're sort of got a decent enough little balance on producing a variety of stuff. I mean, like I've said before, we could go into town and just steal stuff and put it in the shop, but the more time we spend away, we are missing out on visitors who are going to come buy some stuff. Let's get a couple more of these going. I'll leave a couple in there, seeing as we're pretty low on our personal supply. Bottle of rum. And he's going to go back to the meds. I think I'll just get him manually working on the leather. grab that out. Let's pop that in there. Pop that one in there. So up to armor smithing 10 already. All we've done is like, what, 2 chainmail sheets and 3 leather. That will slow down, of course, as we gain more levels. So I probably won't actually be making any armor until we're at a decent high level, because we can't really sell it. I don't know if there might be 1 or 2 particular pieces of clothing or armor that will sell in the shop counter. I've never had anybody buy armor or clothing. But if you have, let me know what you've sold in the down in the comments below. Pop that in there. Alright, so keeping a pretty diverse sort of range of products in the shop. But that is probably going to do it for this episode. So if you did enjoy this video, please leave me a like or a comment down below. If you'd like to see more, please hit the subscribe button. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.